Hey guys, it's Garrett Stewart from Command Consult, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my monthly newsletter that I send out to my database, past clients, Sphere, things like that. I had created a video past when we had a couple of newsletter templates, and so I wanted to remake this video with a new email editor, which I think is awesome and much better and customization availability to it. So, this is what I'm going to be working on creating for us today. So let's just dive in and start working on it. So first thing we're going to do is obviously get logged into Command. We're going to go right over here to not campaigns, designs. We will be getting to campaigns later. We're going to create the design first of the template essentially of what we want to create. Once you get into designs, we're going to use this plus blue button, or teal, I guess you could say, button down here, and we're going to select email. From here, you're going to hit next, and this was updated in the last month or so, back in September timeframe. So if you haven't been in here since then, you probably have seen some new updates. Once you get in here, we're going to have a bunch of different templates from KWRI, 23 to be exact, and so you can kind of click through and see which ones are going to be best for you. Now for this one, I am going to actually just use the modern basic template. I like the look of the modern one, but you can see the style of the classic, you can look at the approachable, and see which one is your style. So we're going to click on modern basic, and we'll hit next. That's going to load in this template. So pretty much just an empty shell of what we want, but it looks nice with the little red and gets us going for where we want to go. So let's go ahead and change this add copy or headline copy first. So we just click on the text, and once you click on it, you can just hit that little pencil, and we can just change that to we'll just say October market update. That's what it is, and we'll go ahead and center it as well. I like it centered in there, and that's not all going to fit in one line, so let's just go ahead and hit enter to split that up into two lines, and there we go. Once you hit that done button, it goes updates on here, and we can change that out. Next thing we're going to do is we can change this text. Now, the main feature of what I do in my market update monthly newsletter is I do a YouTube channel that has a market report on it. So I've got the market report right here, and I can go ahead and I can just share that link, and I'm going to be able to copy it and go back in here. So as you saw, I just clicked the YouTube link that I want. I hit share. I got that copy, and this is what I want to share. Is that basically a URL for a video, because there is a video one right in here, and that's what I want to share. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drag and drop that until we get it where we want. So you can see this green line is just kind of going around different places as I move things around, showing where I want it. So I'm going to put it right there, basically in between or right below all this stuff. So now I can enter in the video URL, so I have that copied, and that's pasted in there now. Now the thumbnail we're going to want to replace to what I want, so we'll replace it, and I have already added this in here in my images, so because I had done a test before running this, so it's showing up here. But if you didn't, you'd hit add images, and you would just browse it on your computer until you found it and added it. Once you add it, you'd select it and hit replace, and there it is there, right there. So we'll hit done. Awesome, that shows up exactly how we want. So if someone clicks on it, it's going to take them right to it. One other thing I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to move this text. Again, this is all a template, so that's the great thing, is you have a lot more customization in this versus the last newsletter template that we had. So I'm going to move that down here to below. Once I've done that, we'll go ahead and change this text out. Now, I'm just going to be lazy today, and I'm going to just use the little teaser text on right here. That was in that description, and again, you hit that text box, you have it selected, we hit that little pencil, and we'll just go ahead and we'll delete what was there. And then I'm going to paste that in there. Oops, I pasted the entire thing. Okay, there we go. So we've got that. We've got that all entered, and it's all done. So you can hit done right here, and it will be complete. Now here's the cool thing. Before I hit done, I want to actually, we could customize this. We could say hi, and we could hit this little drop down right here, and we could look for contact first name, and then hit done. Now, when whoever this sends to, whatever that contact name is in your database, it's going to personalize to them. So it kind of gets a little bit more personalized feel to it. People like to see their name. I feel like we're all a little bit egotistical in some sort of way. So people see their name, and it just is a little bit of it looks better. I think, in my opinion, at least. You don't have to, but and you could just put the text in there. So I've got the little teaser in there. I've got that, and then obviously that little play button kind of prompts people to hit that play button. But you know what? Just in case, I can just edit this text I've got here and say, click the picture above to see the video. That. If I can spell today. There we go. And again, we can highlight and change any of this if we want to. Maybe we'll just center it in there. Perfect. So we've got that done. And this part kind of looks a little bit weird. Don't let that freak you out. It's going to update, as you can see, Market Center name. This is what it's going to look like at the top is your office logo there once it's done. You can always go in and hit this options preview button as you build this out, and it's going to update as well for you real time. So you can also, which is kind of cool, is let's just say we'll go ahead and do, maybe we're sending this to Gary Keller. We can tap Gary and look at that, making sure that it is formatted properly to see exactly what it looks like. So, hey Gary, and check it in there. So who knows, maybe we'll send it to Gary. Okay, so once you've tested out that preview, you can hit X just to go back into here and continue editing. So one other thing I'm going to throw in this newsletter, normally I like to have 2 to 3 things in a monthly newsletter. I don't like it to be a whole lot of, garbage information that I know people aren't going to look at. So I want to add something of value. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop in a event block. So we can go in here, and again, we can just drag this around until we get it right where we want, and we'll do right below there. Perfect. So in this case, we can drag around images, buttons, listing block, all this different thing, and I'll kind of go a little bit more in depth in this shortly, of how we want this built out. We're building a template. So we'll go ahead and hit image, and we'll hit that little edit button, and let's replace it. So I created this little trunk or treat image, doing a link or a thing at our office where kids can trick or treat from the trunks of cars, socially distanced, this week. So we're going to have the opportunity to do that. And then you can actually, if they click on it, you can link them to a landing page or a website if you want. So if you had like an RSVP thing, you could. I quickly created a landing page in there. So I could do that, and then link them right to the registration page for that I created in the consumer part of Command, so they can register. So we've got that all done. We'll hit done. There we go. We got a nice picture. Then we go in and we can start editing the information of this event. So we could just go October 29th, 3 to 5 p.m. Okay, we'll hit done. And you know what, if that's a little small, you can always just highlight it. And we'll just say bump it up to 20, hit done. And there you go. It kind of bumps it up a little bit bigger if that's what you want. um, trunk or treat. And then again, we're just changing out all the text to how we want it for this specific one. Bring the kids for this great family event that is all outside and socially distanced. Candy will be given out from the decorated trunks of our office staff and agents. Cool, got that. I want to say RSVP below. Okay, we've got that done. Hit that little pencil. RSVP here. Change that. And we're going to link that to a landing page. We can do again, we're just searching for that trunk or treat landing page. You can send them to a web address. So maybe you made it like an Eventbrite or something like that. You can always send them there. Then we've got the little done, and right there they can click and that'll take them right to that landing page. And then this last part, we can save it, we can delete it. I don't have anything else to put on there, so I can actually nix some of this stuff on here. Let's see, we'll just delete this little box. As you see, you can kind of see as I hover over little blue boxes what I'm hovering over to select if I click on it. So this is kind of a quick little newsletter that I can do. I can drop images and get that going. Now here's the thing. If you're looking for some content on here, I always recommend going into designs. There's some really cool designs in here. Some of the common stuff I've thrown into newsletters is maybe some information about Keller Mortgage or your app, or actually one of my favorites is Local Expert. There's some statistics on here, like about interest rates and things like that. Or under the Square one, here's some really good market stats on here. So maybe you don't make a full market video like me, and that's absolutely fine. You do whatever you need to do for your business, but here's a way to kind of give out some numbers to your database. So there's some great templates in here. I highly encourage you to use. Just scroll through and start looking at them and seeing what's good. Oh, and I will point out, since we're so close to it, there is under holiday greetings. Look at that, daylight savings. You could use one of those daylight savings, create a design, download it, and you can upload it right in there with just an image. You would just, again, you click, drag, and drop it where you'd want it, and you could insert an image right in there. So that's what I encourage you to do, is just start playing with it until you get what you want. This is a template, because then for future newsletters, you've got this built out and you're going to be able to just quickly edit it for future templates. So your goal is to build out this template for a first time and then edit it for future versions. So we've got this all done. I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go ahead and send it. So we'll, of course, change this out. So we'll just say newsletter, just name it that, and we'll hit save and exit. Now we're going to go back in right into designs. And we're going to kick back out into campaigns now. We'll just hit leave. And once I hit leave, we are going to create a new campaign. And we'll let that create a new campaign option load up. I see email right here. We'll select email, and maybe we'll just put, let's see, October 2020 newsletter. Okay, we've got that. You just call it brand awareness in this case, or maybe it was an event awareness if that's all you were doing in the newsletter, something like that. This is more for your personal tracking purposes. Once you get that, you'll be able to, from command email, you can hit setup campaign. And if you haven't created a list yet in design or in in here, you could hit create list, and you could actually select a list by tags. If you had them all tagged a certain way, maybe like sphere, or you already had them tagged as newsletter or something like that, you just can search by tag and add them all on. Or you can search by name if you want to add it one at a time, things like that, and you can search all through there and select what your list name is. I've got a few different lists, so I always have a test list. I like to just throw it out to test, even though there's a send test email. I kind of like to I like to see a full version of it. I also put myself on every list. There's a little tip for you. Throw yourself on all your lists, so that way when it goes out, you know exactly when it goes out, what it looks like, and everything in there. So that's a suggestion from me. And then once you go through, you just select, make sure everything is accurate. I did command email. And then maybe your subject line here. Choose what it's going to show up for. So maybe October market update. Alrighty. Then you'd select design content for your email. So you can hit that. And this is the newsletter we created. So we'd select that. And here's the cool thing. It brings us back into a quick version of the editor. So maybe after I've sent this out before, it's November and I want to do a November market update. This allows me to go in and change this out to November market update, change out the stuff in here, change out the picture and where everything's linked to. And so again, this is all was a template. So now I can just change this out. Maybe I have another event. Maybe I have for Thanksgiving, I do a pie pickup. So maybe everyone's going to come by and pick up their pie, and I'm sending out their invitation on there. So that's how I'm going to be able to do that. I would just click and change everything, just like how I did in Designs. In the editor, hit those little pencil button to edit it. Once it all looks good to me, I hit that save and exit button, and it's going to kick me right back in here. And I can send a test email. I can hit that preview. I can schedule it. Or if it's just ready to go, I can just hit that send button and just confirming everything looks good. You hit send now, and there it goes. It's sent. I had done a test one right here, and I tested it to 3 different emails. And so far, I'd viewed it on 2 of them, and that was accurate. So you can actually see if you hit that preview campaign, you can see it sent to 3. Opened on 2, and once people start to click on it, you'll see that as well. So you'll be able to see all the stats through there and get some cool information about your newsletter. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions at all, you can always watch my videos and other training on commandconsult.com, and you can click on that video tab there and see all the other resources I have. And also be sure to utilize answers.kw.com for other questions as well. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.